I mean, you just said it. I mean, he continues to get better and better. And I think it's great. Coming off the national championship at Kentucky, #1 pick. He's definitely, put that city. After losing Chris Paul, he put him back. Where they need to be. Their fans supported great, and it's all because of him.
Ron, did you see him grow during that time you were with him in London during that whole Olympic experience?
Yeah, well, that all started for sure. Him being around all those vets and just kind of, he was just a sponge, man. He didn't say much, but he asked a lot of questions. He just soaked it all in, and from that point on, he just continued to take off.
I think he's already one of the game's great players or elite players.
I think he's one of the elite players, yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at his numbers right now, 24 and 12, multiple blocks and steals. He's, if he continues to stay healthy like he's been doing and continues to keep growing, he can be a superstar in our league for sure.
Who does his game compare to? Is it a player that you can?
Nah, it doesn't compare to anybody.
All right.
Early on, they said Marcus Camby, but Marcus Camby couldn't score like he can. So he doesn't compare to nobody.
Hey, what do you hope was the biggest takeaway from the road trip? From a team standpoint.
The biggest takeaway that we can't have slow starts.
How do you stay away from that? Just coming out.
We got to come out with a sense of urgency on the defensive end, like we did in the Denver game.
What was different the first 2 quarters or so defensively in Denver, and in the last quarter and a half or so in Utah? It looked like things were getting a little bit better to me.
Well, yeah. I mean, we played a little harder. We had a sense of urgency. The pride kind of kicked in after we was getting, they was doing whatever they wanted to do in Utah, and in Denver we wanted them to trip off the right way, and that's where it comes from.
That's the way things went in Portland and Utah. Did you have any doubt that you would come together as a group in Denver going into the game?
Well, I mean, for me, I live the next day as it's his own. I don't really harp too much on the past. That's history, and you try to make new headlines the next day. So I'm a positive guy, very optimistic guy. And, I feel like we get it together every day.
You've had to deal with having kind of a target on you. Is that tough for players who have never experienced that mentally to be able to understand that challenge?
Yeah, it takes a while. Yeah, it takes a while for them to get it. And once they understand it, then it becomes I don't want to say easy because it's never easy, but you know what to expect. So I've been there for a long time, even in high school. So it hasn't been the same for me.
And you just have to experience it, right? You just can't tell guys and hope that they get it.
Yep, the best teacher in life is experience, man. And, that's what it comes from.
Ron, how would you assess your start personally, just 5 games in, as well as just fitting in with the whole team entirely?
Well, I'm still getting there. It's me personally. Me personally kind of revolves around the team. I don't really see what I'm doing individually. I kind of see how I assess myself with the team, and not only is it a process for our team, but it's a process for me as well. Learn the guys, learn the system, and figure it out. But I play some up and down basketball at the beginning of the season, but I feel like I'm starting to get there as each and every day goes by.
LeBron, it would seem to me that the one part of your game we haven't really seen for 5 games is where you're playing above the rim. Is that something that just it hasn't been there for you yet, or is it something that we should see more of soon?
Every game presents different challenges. I apologize, I haven't been above the rim, but I'm in alignment. So, whatever it takes to help us win, man. And, but I understand those momentum plays; those are huge momentum plays. So we haven't had too many, fast break opportunities, that I had in the past. Or in half court, they kind of put a lot of bodies in front of me. I've been able to find open guys. So as the year go on, we start making more plays offensively. I was start getting to a point where I can get back to our ring both sides.
When you say I'm in the lineup, that's your answer when you're asked.
Oh no. That didn't come from that, but if you ask me if I'm hurt, I'm gonna say I'm playing, so I'm all right.